We love bees. We hate wasps. It feels inevitable. Hero, villain, case closed, or so we think. But what if the whole story is wrong? What if our gut feeling is based on a huge misunderstanding? The truth is, our bias has been shaped by looks, behavior, and a massive knowledge gap that has unfairly demonized one of nature's most important animals. Our dislike is so intense it even skews science. For every single research paper on wasps, there are dozens published on bees. Good buzz, bad buzz, a tale of appearances. Let's be honest, it starts with looks. The bee is basically a flying teddy bear. It's round, clumsy, and covered in fluff that triggers the cute response in our brains. We're wired to see fluffy as harmless. The wasp? A flying scalpel. It's sleek, smooth, and shiny, with a sharply cinched waist and a body built for speed and aggression. Those sharp angles and glistening armor don't scream cuddly. They scream predator. And our brain reacts long before we even realize it. This even shows up in how they fly. A bee bumbles from flower to flower. A wasp, on the other hand, zips around with an erratic, jerky motion, especially near your sandwich, which our brain reads as unpredictable and hostile. Even their famous black and yellow stripes get a different spin. On a bee, it's the uniform of a helpful worker. On a wasp, it's the markings of a tiny tiger. Our brains have already picked the hero and the villain based on nothing more than a first impression. The sting in the tail, sacrifice versus aggression. Of course, it's not just about looks, it's about the sting. And this is where it gets personal. Bee, one sting, then it dies. Its stinger is barbed, so it rips out of its own body, delivering a fatal, final act of defense for its colony. It's a powerful story of a noble martyr. A bee will only sting as a last resort. Wasp, respawn, respawn, respawn. Its stinger is a smooth, perfect needle. It can sting you again and again and again without any harm to itself. To us, that feels unfair, like the wasp brought a machine gun to a fistfight. Here's a fun fact. For both species, only females can sting. The stinger is a modified egg-laying organ. But who's thinking about that when they're getting dive-bombed? All we remember is the bee's sacrifice versus the wasp's assault. No wonder we picked a side. The misunderstood villain, the twist in the ecosystem. So far, the case against the wasp seems solid. And now, the twist. This is where we find the massive knowledge gap that has villainized them. Here's the big secret. Bees are just vegetarian wasps. Yes, you heard that right. Millions of years ago, bees evolved from carnivorous wasps, switching from hunting to gathering pollen. While bees became the world's master pollinators, wasps stayed on the hunter's path, and we are all lucky they did. Without wasps, our world could be overrun with crop-devouring insects and spiders. Now get ready for this number. In the UK alone, social wasps are estimated to capture millions of kilograms, yes, millions, of insect prey every summer. That's millions of pounds of aphids, caterpillars, and flies. They are a free, all-natural pest control service protecting our food and saving our crops from damage. And here's another twist. Wasps are also pollinators. They aren't as fuzzy and efficient as bees, but while they visit flowers for a sugar rush, they transfer pollen along the way. In fact, some plants, like many types of orchids, depend entirely on wasps. So while that wasp might be eyeing your sandwich, it's just looking for fuel to do its real job, hunting the pests that would otherwise ruin our world. They aren't the villains of the ecosystem. They are its unsung guardians. The brains of the operation. The surprising intelligence of wasps. Our bias isn't just about what wasps do. It's about our ignorance of who they are. Ready for the part nobody believes the first time they hear it? Some wasps can recognize individual faces. Let that sink in. A wasp. Recognizing a face. Research on the northern paper wasp shows they can learn and remember the unique facial markings of other wasps in their colony. This is crucial for managing their complex social lives and reducing conflict in the nest. Their intelligence doesn't stop there. In lab tests, wasps were trained to associate a picture of a bad guy human face with a mild shock, and they quickly learned to avoid that face. This suggests they see the whole face, just like we do. A huge reason we dislike wasps is that we simply don't know this. Studies show that when people learn about the vital roles wasps play, their negative attitudes start to change. The mindless villain is actually a sophisticated animal with cognitive skills we're only just beginning to appreciate. A society of survivors. Winter is coming. The final piece of the puzzle is their dramatically different life cycles. A honeybee colony is a fortress. It's a superorganism that survives the winter. The queen and workers huddle together, vibrating to generate heat, creating a year-round city that we value for its endurance. The wasp nest? It's a fierce but temporary explosion of life. At the end of summer, the colony collapses. Workers no longer have larvae to feed, so they search for sugar for themselves, which is exactly why they crash our late-season picnics. But their time is short. As autumn sets in, all the workers and the old queen die. The only survivor is a new queen who hibernates alone all winter. In the spring, she will start an entirely new colony from scratch. That nest you see is just a single-season home. While the beehive represents legacy, the wasp nest represents a cycle of fierce, fleeting life. The wasp nest burns bright and dies fast. The beehive endures. Two strategies, two worlds, both essential. So have we been unfair to the wasp? The evidence is clear. We've judged it for its sleek, predatory looks. We've feared it for its relentless sting. And we've written it off for bothering our barbecues, all while staying in the dark about its vital role as nature's pest controller, its surprising intelligence, and its secret life as a pollinator. The bee, with its fuzzy coat and gift of honey, easily won our hearts. But nature is rarely so simple. The wasp isn't the villain of nature. It's the misunderstood anti-hero. Maybe it's time for a new story. If the bee protects the plants, the wasp protects the bee and us. The world needs both the gentle pollinator and the fierce hunter. So next time you see a wasp, maybe pause before you reach for the swatter. Appreciate the complex, vital creature it truly is. If you learned something new today and are willing to give wasps a second chance, hit that like button. And for more adventures into the misunderstood side of nature, make sure you subscribe. Let us know in the comments. Has this changed your view of wasps?